right, welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. In tonight's episode, we jump into Monday Night Raw, straight out of Tampa, Florida. We discuss all the Money in the Bank qualifier matches. We get a returning CM Punk, but that's not all. We also give a quick shout out to AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view, delivering unforgettable moments. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on. Hey, Primo.
Yeah, kind of a somber one. Today, and just high.
Yeah. Well, I want to start off by apologizing first to the New York Knicks Nation, right? Knicks Nation, for watching today's game, because I haven't watched all season. I just been keeping up with social media and Google searches, and I was like, man, you know what? Today's the day that I'm going to start watching. And I started watching, and we were losing by 2 and 4 the whole time until the end, where we started losing by 10 and by 12 and by 14. And
Yeah.
So,
hey, man, I mean, it's on behalf of Knicks Nation, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately, this is how every Knicks fan in Knicks Nation feels right now. Is what could I have done differently? Did I wear the right shirt? Did I, because the games that they won, I wore a different shirt than I had on today. Like so you start to do it to yourself. But yes, very melancholy end for the New York Knicks. But I mean, Eastern Conference Finals for the first time over 25 years. Like this is something not to shake their head at. This is a good team. Hopefully they'll get just a little bit better, see what they can do to clean up some odds and ends, and go New York, go. But you are right, Primo of mine. Hopefully, very, very, not hopefully, sorry, a very somber kind of start, but we're looking to ramp things up and talk about the one thing that we are here to discuss, all the time that we're here. So let's kind of pivot and see if we can end this off on a more positive note in which we started, which should not be difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on the wrestling tip, it's been a fantastic week for wrestling. I mean, when you go from Saturday night's main event to NXT Battleground to AEW Double or Nothing, you know what I mean? And Monday Night Raw, that we're going to get into today. So much has happened this week in wrestling that it's been fantastic. And I actually wanted to touch a little bit about Double or Nothing because I actually watched all 5 hours of it. That's right. 5 hours, brother.
Man, what is that? Man.
But hey,
that's just a long. I'm just saying that's just a long.
Yeah.
I think at this point, you're asking a lot from your fan base because to the commitment of 5 hours, like that's what I'm trying to think of. Like I'm not saying I'm saying, as an organization, you're asking a lot, and I think that's kind of why WWE was like, you know what, let's break up the major 4 and stuff like that into 2 nights instead of being like, gates open at 2, pre-shows at 3, we start at 5, we end at midnight. You're like, well, okay, like this is just new. Come on. But 5 hours, wow! No, this was this in a Bleacher Report app, the Bleacher Report app or something,
No, I got a separate site that we could talk about off camera.
Got it.
But overall, though, I mean, to that point, though, yes, at the end of it, when you realize, like, oh man, it's been 5 hours. To be honest with you, it was really, really good, and it didn't hit me that I was in like hour 3.5 until Anarchy in the arena match, right? Once you get into that match, you're like, oh man, is this because they kept playing background music too while the fight was happening, just to, give it that live action movie feel. And when you hear "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" by the 3rd or 4th time, you're just like, oh yeah, I've been in this for like 4 hours. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Like, how many times have I heard this song?
Yeah, no, for real. Let the bodies hit the floor. Yeah. But I will say though, fantastic matches, man. Everybody really brought it. When I'm talking like Mercedes and Jamie Hayter, and then also again Hangman and Osprey, and then you also get the Anarchy in the arena match was crazy. I mean, Swerve did a fantastic job. Everybody did a fantastic job, really. I mean,
I love Swerve. I love Swerve. I'm a big Swerve guy, man. I was mad WWE let him go. Like, but he was. I remember when he was kill shot in Lucha Underground.
on the Lucha
He was
Underground,
fantastic, man. He was solid.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. At one point, a staple gun went on his tongue, and they stapled his tongue, and like the match goes on, and you think you forgot about it at the end when he gets the pin. Like you just see, like he goes to the camera and he's like, like it's still there, and I'm just like, gnarly. That's like ridiculous.
Why, my man? You gotta sanitize. You just put holes in your body, bro. You that staple gun, and you ain't clean your tongue because you wrestling. So you sitting there with scope in your mouth, and you're like, okay, wait, don't punch me because I got to get the staple in there in a second. Like, what is happening here? What is? Oh,
Yeah. But then also you got Toni Storm. Her match was fantastic. Okada versus like Speedball, another great one. The one that really shocked me, surprised me because like I haven't been a fan of Ricochet. But the Ricochet Briscoe match, man, the stretcher match, fantastic. You really should go back and like finish it, watch it, whatever, because it was really good. It was so good. Definitely no little ones around though, just because there's a lot of blood.
Oh well, I mean, I can't get the wrestling with little one around. He'll grab them like Bluey, and then I'm like, all right, great, well,
great.
Next thing you know, I'm singing whatever
what
Burger
does
Dog
Jerky
song.
Dog have to say?
Burger
now?
Dog, Burger Dog, Burger Dog, Burger Dog. Yeah, that's it. It's real. It's real.
That's my life.
I love it so much.
Yeah, man. But now, since we covered a little bit of AEW, let's really jump into Monday Night Raw live from Tampa, Florida. And as we all know, your boy was there as well.
That's right. That was one of your your marathon days of WWE events. That was day number 3 for you, right?
Yeah.
It was as main event. Then it was the NXT show. I forget the title. And then
the Battleground.
Raw. Battleground. And then Raw.
Yeah. And also, if you go back, your boy's on Netflix, right? Your boy is also on Peacock, right? So you definitely go back and watch and look out for your boy. My notable moment in Battleground before we jump into Raw was if you look at the top left corner of Joe Hendry's when they're announcing like the championship versus challenger part, when it's like the spotlight, right at the moment that he turns around, there's like a big white t-shirt on his left corner of the screen. That's your boy. That's me. I turned at the same time as Joe Hendry.
Yes, I believe.
Yeah. And then the same thing on Monday Night Raw, because if you look at all the Money in the Bank matches, they do a big pan out every time because they always try to get the briefcases in there. And your boy is in the top left, raising his arms the entire time with a Primos for Life t-shirt. So definitely look out for that.
There we go. There we go. Nice. Take it.
Yeah.
Good job. Man.
But
product placement. Product placement is very important.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But I just did a whole bunch of talking. Primo, go ahead and start us off on Monday Night Raw, and then we'll get the ball rolling. Let's get it.
All right. Well, Monday Night Raw opens with a Saturday night's main event package involving, first they start with Cena Truth, then the Cena Uso little conversation, the return of Cody Rhodes. Great. Package done. We get 2 Raw. After the entrances come in. Wonderful. We get 2 Raw. And we get Rollins and company that are coming out. While they're coming out, we're given a match for the evening that's going to be a Money in the Bank qualifier, triple threat match involving Seth freaking Rollins, Samuel Zayn, and Finn Balor. So, fantastic. I was like, all right, great, cool. They enter the ring. And Seth starts going on about the plan and who he is and, the general 9. The one notable thing that I kind of liked here was Heyman at one point saying, acknowledge Seth freaking Rollins. And I was like, ooh, this is going to be fun. So yeah, I thought it was. I mean, you need the segment, right? Yeah, I mean, you got to set everything up. You got to make Seth look like he's the guy. Like this team is the fact. This faction is the faction. Like, I mean, I'm not sure what I'm missing because something live. I'm sure you got more because he was saying it. He's like, everyone started booing him. He's like, you're booing me, but when I walked in here, the entire stadium was singing my song.
Yeah. Yeah, but I will touch on that, right? Because it came out after the fact later on in the week that that Triple H and WWE, or TKO rather, is proposing that, profanity be not allowed during taping. So like if you start chanting that kind of stuff, I don't know if they're gonna like cut it and redo it or you get in trouble. I don't know. But I think that all stemmed from the FU Rollins chant in Tampa that was like really, really unnecessarily loud. So thank you, Tampa.
That's wow. Yeah, that was
yeah. But I mean, honestly, it was just more so like it was a live crowd. I mean, everybody was really like excited and just loud to begin with, and I think they were just more so. I say they because I was there. Like we were all more like, hey, we're there. We're going to be heard. We're on Netflix. We're going to boo you. We're going to cheer you. We don't care.
Listen, if you've given people the platform to do this and you've said that now we're okay, we're allowing this language to happen and stuff like that, or even if you're not, people have paid their money. They've paid their money to come in and do this. So they're going to be able to voice how they want to voice. Like, so yeah, TKO, you may want to shut it down. You may want to do what they had to do on USA and get the censors, have some kind of delay, something like that. Understandable, but like you said, man, you were there, so yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you.
For sure. Yeah, no, but overall, very solid opening segment. It was nice seeing them up close and personal. I got a better look at Bronson Reed this time around. Yeah, he's definitely a lot more fit. So he's looking good. He's looking jacked, and this is looking like a very formidable faction, and I'm very excited about what's going to end up happening with this group going forward.
I saw a meme online that was like Evolution 2.0. Heyman is Flair. Yeah. Rollins is Hunter. Bronathan is Orton. is Orton, and Batista is
Broncito.
Yeah, Broncito.
Broncito. Broncito. No.
Broncito. Till he does that splash and just hurts everything. Like, I love the arm shake when he comes out. When he comes out. It's the best.
But again, overall good segment. And then what happens next? Because
then we're announced the triple threat tag titles for the is it announced or it's happened? No, it happens. I got the triple threat tag titles: New Day, War Raiders, American Made.
Yeah.
So this I liked, of course, New Day, but it's annoying because now I enjoy New Day on commentary when these matches are happening. So I was kind of like, oh man,
they're actually in this match.
like I miss that. But fun match. Great job of New Day making American Made feel like they're, getting into the like, oh, we're working together before eventually, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna bring this one home before eventually Xavier Woods turns on I forget which Creed brother it is, the thinner one, not Brutus, the other one, and he holds the tights, gets him for the pin for the 1, 2, 3, and the New Day retain their tag team championship, much to my delight.
Of course, yeah. So yeah, actually, it's funny because I'm looking over at my notes and I'm like, yeah, no, you gotta drive this one with the segments because I just remember matches. So what's next, man? You tell me.
All right, great. No, I'll rock this thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I should remember this one, and it wasn't one of those whiskey fueled Raws. No, I'm kidding. So our next match that I have here is another Money in the Bank qualifier.
Yes.
With Dragon Lee, Chad Gable, and my boy Penta El Cero Miedo. This was a fantastic match, and I will let you lead since I'm doing segments and stuff. I'll let you rock with this one.
Yes. I'd be more than happy to take this one over. Banger of a qualifier, man. Chad Gable is like underrated. The guy is fantastic. He is really becoming someone that the company could really like lean on because he is outstanding, and then Dragon Lee really went out there to try to prove a point when he dove from the ring all the way to the table. He like a dart. He went bam and just like
that
bounced.
It was unbelievable, man. That spot was fantastic. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. You're right. He shot out like a dart. Like it was perfectly straight.
Yeah, it was scary. It was scary too because I thought he like broke his neck. But speaking of breaking necks, right? Because there was a part where there was that move that Penta did where Dragon Lee was on his back and Chad was in the front, and then like he did like that driver thing, and you saw how Chad's head hit the canvas. It
looked like his face.
Yeah,
is what it was. Is what they said on Netflix was like, oh man, his face. And like he rolled right to the corner, and you saw like the ref like immediately like get over to check on him before he checked on Lee or Penta. But then within like 6 seconds, Penta's flying over the top rope onto Lee and Gable, and you're like, okay, Spot would not be happening if Gable wasn't clear enough to make that conscious decision to say, yeah, I can help catch this big dude flying through the air at me.
Yeah, man, for sure. But overall, fantastic match. It was incredible live. I actually ended up rewatching that match and just to see how good it looked on television, and it looked even better on television.
It was such a fantastic match,
out of this world.
It was such a fantastic match, man. And of course, the winner, Penta, which I think is going to be awesome because I love to see Penta in a ladder match. This is going to be because the ladder match that him and Phoenix had against the Young Bucks. When they got the championship, I forget what pay-per-view that was, but that was a hell of a match. Yeah. So it was a cage match, there was ladders, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it was a hell of a match. Gable, the one thing I will say about Gable that I did notice, my man tans. Like tans. Like he's getting to look like a Slim Jim kind of thing where I'm like, whoa, Gable C2, calm down. Grande Americano. Like, no, my man is tan. But yeah, solid match, man. So after we get through there, we have Judgment Day Clubhouse. Woohoo! So it's the boys, Balor and right. So then they start off with Roxanne Perez, then JD's talking to Balor, Carlito and Dom are playing the video game. Roxanne Perez comes in holding some chicken tendies, and she's offering Dom, and Dom's like, oh, whatever. And then all of a sudden he's got his belt over his shoulder, and she's like, oh, your shoulder looks a little tight. Like, let me massage it for you. And as she gets ready to get in there, in comes Liv Morgan. Dun, dun, dun.
We're all like, what?
Oh man, what's gonna happen now? So Dom gets all flustered. And then she's like, oh, don't worry. Raquel's been keeping me up to date. He's like, and I'm going to go make an announcement. No, first I'm going to go, I'll deal with that after I go get myself a match for Money in the Bank or whatever.
Yeah.
And Raquel walks by and this guy calls her Chismosa. Chismosa. And then you can see while she's talking, I don't know if you notice it, the whole time Balor is like got his hand over his mouth, like secretly grinning, like enjoying every second of it, which sold to the story. The implosion of the Judgment Day storyline is going absolutely fantastic. And then the end when Carlito says, you got to stop trying to eat her nuggets, bro.
Yeah, man. Carlito with the comedic gold. The one thing that I will say about this segment that kind of like I didn't like, because I did see it in the arena, is that Roxanne is so short compared to Dominic. So when she was like, oh, your shoulder looks so tense. I'm like, girl, how you know? You all the way down there, you couldn't see that.
Yeah.
There's no way you could tell that dude's shoulder was tense, bro. Get out of here with that.
His belt was covering half of the shoulder because his arms aren't that big.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, denied. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Not buying it at all. Not buying it at all. Then we move on to Rusev versus Tozawa.
Yeah.
Which was essentially just a squash match, but was there used to build the vehicle to set up for Sheamus versus Rusev, because Sheamus came out as Rusev was just going to destroy poor Tozawa after beating him. Then
he had a good start though. Like,
hey man, had solid couple moves until he got caught. It was good until he got caught.
He did.
It was good until he got caught. That happened. It was like, all right, game over. But no, so that was solid. Then Sheamus came out to protect. So now they're setting up for this kind of thing. Sheamus looks good. Looks a lot better now than he did when he first came back. He looked a little pudgier, a little stockier. But yeah, no, I thought all right, good setup so you can build a match for these guys, because this is now a proper feud that you can use to, Sheamus is a great worker. They have a history together already because they were in like the League of Nations or whatever together, or whatever faction they were in. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I don't know if you got anything to add.
No, the only thing that I'll call out is that we were kind of right. We knew that a big guy was supposed to come in to kind of balance out or diffuse the situation, and we thought it was going to be Otis because obviously, he's teammates with Tozawa. But I did enjoy that it wasn't him, but Sheamus, because it gives Sheamus something to do. These guys have a history together. It gets to reignite and respark something that we've seen before, but now in 2025. So I'm okay with it. I liked it.
Right. Yeah, no, it was solid, man. It was solid. And then we get a segment with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer plugging some stuff. Great. And then they start, Kreischer starts taking chops on the chest or something like that from, because he says his twins, the War Raiders. Oh yeah, the War Raiders. So this is the thing. I messed up. The triple threat match hadn't happened yet. It was announced in my notes. I put announced, but this is when now the match actually happens. Yeah. And the one thing I did want to say about this match, because I didn't notice here, I hope you picked up on when the New Day did come out, that the fact that Kofi Kingston came out looking like the Giant Gonzalez.
So is that what it was? Because I thought it was Attack on Titans because they're big anime guys. So I thought that's what that was.
But Michael Cole even said, it, he's like, because he came out and I'm like, Giant Gonzalez. And then I started thinking, is there an anime person? As I'm thinking, is there an anime person? Cole said it. The Giant Gonzalez is proud somewhere, something like that. Like, so that's where that is. All right, so that match happened. We already covered it. We get to spot in the back. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are now talking, and Uso's like, the best way to stop Seth Rollins is to not let his plan go through. And that starts with you winning the qualifier. If anything happens, I got your back. I'll be out there.
Yeah. I remember that. The strength in numbers idea again between those two. So, yeah.
Then we get the New Day girls, Liv and Raquel. They bump into Io and Kairi Sane in the back. Kairi Sane and Liv end up making a match later on in the evening.
Wait, hold on. Rewind. The New Day girls?
I'm sorry, New Day girls. Judgment Day.
Wait, I was like, wait a minute. Is that like a new nickname?
The Judgment Day girls. The New Day girls. Who? No, the Judgment Day girls. The Judgment Day ladies. Or the Judgment Day, I don't know, I got to be politically correct, man. The Judgment Day people. Yes, champions.
People.
So they come out. So we get a match of Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan. Match made. Then Yeet Fest for the evening starts, and I'll let you.
Yeah, I will say, yeeting in person is exhausting, my man. Like, that is like one of the greatest arm workouts you will ever get, because not only did we do that for like 10 minutes, but then for some reason the arena was like, run it back, and we ran it back, and we did it again, and yes,
so much eating. There's so much eating. All the eating.
Yeeted all over.
Why? Tanto eating.
I accidentally hit my friend in the face. You know, I yeeted so hard. You know,
You yeeted in your friend's face?
Yeah, it happens, bro. It happens to the best of us. You know. Yeah, but yeah, and then he comes out. But what did he come out for? He just came out to talk to.
He came out to talk about the tag match.
The tag match.
The tag match.
Right.
Him and one Codith and versus Cena and Logan, and then he is interrupted.
Yeah.
By the ring general Gunther, and Gunther comes out and he's just talking smack because they have a match, or Gunther has a championship match. Oh, it is with him because there's a tag match after Money in the Bank. The Raw after that, Gunther apparently has his rematch for the belt. Yeah. So he came out to be like, "You're distracted. Your head's in 17 different places. You're being a friend. You do this and that." He's like, I'm thinking about being champion. Yeah. So you need to get on that page.
Yeah, yeah. And then the good thing about that whole segment, now that I'm recalling, is a lot of people pro Gunther in Tampa. Let me tell you, everybody was, even though everybody yeeted all over the place, moment Gunther's music hit, everybody was like, Gunther! And I was happy to see Gunther. So.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Guy. I mean, a guy. No, but a solid promo. Solid promo. Was like, all right, great. They both talk their smack. Uso getting better, looking strong, standing strong. So, fine there.
Yeah.
We move on to Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan. Solid match. Nothing really major of interest until we get to the end, in which Roxanne Perez comes out to try to interfere and help Liv Morgan out. She is chased away by Raquel Rodriguez, which then turns Morgan around, allowing Kairi Sane to kick her in the face or something and end up getting the win, and thereby beating Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan having now a problem because Roxanne Perez was technically there to help. And she was like, I was here to help you, and I was going to. And Raquel chased me away, and it's become a problem. And then later on, we cut to the back, and after having a few minutes to think about it, the three ladies are in the room, and Liv is like, Raquel, this one's on you. Like, because if it wasn't for your interference there, I wouldn't have got turned around and there wouldn't have been a problem. Like, so
you were the vet. You should have known better.
You're the vet. That's what it was. You're the vet. You should have known better. So solid setup there. Pretty good. We get a promo from Rhea Ripley about her first ladder match on Netflix. Then we move to Lara Valkyria and Becky Lynch.
Yes.
Little promo, which I kind of started reverting back to like previous, and I was like, okay, we both won a match, and da 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 da. Okay. So moving forward, we get to the final match of the night, which is the Money in the Bank Triple Threat Qualifier,
which was another banger.
Which was absolutely fantastic. I'll let you rock out on this one too, because I've been talking for a few minutes now.
No, you're good. You're good. That match was a banger. Sammy was on 100. Finn Balor. To be honest with you, towards the end of that match, I was really, really like 90% rooting for Finn Balor at that point.
I was with Balor from the beginning. I was like, let's do this Balor.
Let's switch it up.
Come on.
Right.
Like, let's go.
Yeah,
I like Balor. I liked Balor a lot. I mean, of course, everybody loved the Demon, but I liked Balor a lot. And this is like, hopefully, man, but this was a good match. This was a very, very good match. So I'm sorry to interrupt.
No. It was fantastic. I mean, with Sammy jumping out of the ring and Finn Balor doing, some crazy stuff off the turnbuckle, and even Rollins. I loved that there was a lot of high spots and spots in the ring for this match where they were going tit for tat with each other. And then there were so many close calls on who could possibly win. Like I said, I mean, as much as people were rooting for Sammy from the beginning, I felt like the tide definitely switched in the arena for Finn Balor to win. And I feel like a lot of people were kind of like not surprised that Rollins won, but were like, oh man, but did he have to win? Because to be fair, it should have been Finn all the way, 100%.
Well,
but overall great.
I see, and this is where I'm as generally as always. I'm always in agreement with you. I always throw out a number, 100,000% or whatever I throw out. And once again, it's the same point, because does it have to be Seth Rollins at this point? Like, can't we find another way to do this? Can't we find because if it's going to be him, I'm going to be really annoyed. Like,
right.
I'm going to be really, really annoyed. Like, this is not fun anymore. like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like Money in the Bank, the Royal Rumble, stuff like that. These are opportunities and showcases, I think, to better tell your story or tell somebody's story and give them those moments. It's a chance to give somebody a moment. And Seth Rollins has already had so many,
Right.
he's such a strong factor in that locker room that he can build a story just by walking into the ring when someone's speaking. And there you go. And he can build it from there. He doesn't need it. So I agree with you 1,000,000%, man, because I would have loved to seen a Ben Finn. I think he would have added an aspect to that ladder match with everyone else who's there, because right now we're talking La Noche, we're talking Penta, we're talking who else we have? Solo Sokoa, and now Seth Rollins. But I think Finn Balor in that spot would have been great. And then remember, we have a match coming up that's going to be Andrade versus Fatu versus Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes,
like,
right.
Like that's, come on, like that's sick. I was fine with it. Like, okay, he won. And so I agree that did it have to be him was my thought process as well. But at the end there, Sami Zayn starts getting worked over. Uso comes out to help. And then they start working, the three of them start working over RJ Uso until we hear Living Colors. And the place erupts. Punk comes out.
Cleans up shop.
But it was, if I remember correctly, the music hit and Bronson and this dude started walking towards the ramp, and I think Punk came out somewhere else. Am I recalling a different paper? Different?
No, you're right.
That's right. Okay, yeah. And then he came out and just kind of worked his way in, hit him, snuck out. It was dope. But what do you got to kind of wrap that up and put a little bow on this?
Yeah, no. The only thing that I'll say is that it was awesome to see Punk come out because I wasn't expecting that. The cool thing is after he cleaned up shop, he was literally at the end of my row, just in the crowd chilling. So I have video of Punk literally like 10 chairs away from me, which is really dope,
Nice.
But it was a really nice moment because after the show was over, he was still there with the crowd, like hugging and singing and taking pictures. And I think that's what makes the live events that much more like special, is that you get to see things that they don't show you on television, and something similar happened like that on Saturday night's main event with Jey Uso talking about his, roots in Tampa and stuff. So to see something like that on Monday at the end of the show, Netflix didn't get to see it, but we did, makes that ticket price that much more special, but or worth it rather. But no, I like the episode. I had a good time there live. I made some friends, they follow in the podcast. So shout outs to Gabriel from Peru. This guy literally missed Saturday night's main event, but showed up for Battleground and Monday Night Raw because he was in flight that Saturday to get there. And homeboy came all the way from Peru just to see La Primera and just to watch Monday Night Raw.
Wow. Yeah. Good for you, man. Gabriel, good for you, man. That's dope. That's dope, man. Shout outs to you, Gabriel.
And
ojalá que lo estás escuchando, ojalá.
There you go. And then also shout outs to Tyler. He's another friend that we made. Super cool dude, Tampa local, wrestling fan all his life. He's been to every single WrestleMania you could think of. And, really, really fun guy. So hopefully we'll be connecting locally soon. But final thoughts for the episode is that I agree with you on the Money in the Bank thing with Rollins. I didn't think about that till just now. You're right. I feel like when it comes to especially Money in the Bank, I feel like it's an opportunity to showcase incredible talent, because I honestly don't necessarily think of the winners. I think of like Sheldon Benjamin. I think of Ricochet. I think of Andrade.
Right.
I think of
Kofi Kingston, like people who can do these
Kingston.
spots and like just kill it.
Yeah. And I think Finn Balor would have been a better choice to do those spots, or even Sammy, because Sammy does spots too. You know what I mean? So I would have just appreciated them over Rollins, but I guess storyline based, we're going to find out what happens. Hopefully he doesn't win. So, but those are my final thoughts on that.
I mean, I agree with you. The episode was fine. 7.5. 7.5, 8. It's got a couple good setups, things that needed to happen. Qualifiers, great matches. The matches itself were solid. So yeah, can't be mad at it. Overall, decent enough Raw. Hopefully, some bigger stuff coming up with Money in the Bank, getting closer and closer to what's happening. But yeah, man, that's it. That's what I got.
Well, I mean, I got to give it like 8.5, maybe even 9, because I was there, and
because you were there.
The excitement was, that's probably why. I feel like 7.5 is too low. I feel like maybe you should boost it up to like 8.5.
How about? All right, no, full point.
Yeah, because the two qualifying matches were great alone. Like, you take out everything else, those two matches were worth it the whole night.
So 8. So 8. I said 7.58. I said you start giving me fractional points here, man. I'm telling you, start shut up in this piece. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay. We'll leave it at 8. But overall, solid episode. Really excited for other things that are coming down the pipeline and reviewing other stuff in the week. So we can't wait to wrap those things up for you. And I mean, Primo, I have no final thoughts. Do you got any final thoughts?
I don't have any final thoughts, but I just do want to kind of wrap up the show as we always do. I want to take this time to thank everybody who's out there listening and liking and following, and please feel free to share, like, and Eddie's made a couple friends, down at the show, and hopefully everyone's listening and things like that. But we really, really appreciate everybody and everything you guys do. And I want to send a quick shout out. I have a friend of mine named Jeremy who's down in Atlanta, and he has a spot in Atlanta. If anyone's in Atlanta looking for some good New York style pizza, you need to go to Pizza Jeans and go check out my man Jeremy. He's got a couple locations there. Ponce de Leon Market, I believe, is one of them. And I'm sorry, quick shameless plug for my boy, Ponce City Market, and he's got one in Phipps Plaza. So if anyone's down in Atlanta looking for a New York style pizza, my buddy Jay knows what he's doing. He's a New Yorker, Albany, Brooklyn, all sorts of places. So please go and check him out. We really appreciate you guys for listening, liking, and everything else. With that being said, we love you. Can't do it without you. Looking forward to doing it again. We'll see you when we see you.
We will see you when we see you. Take care, everybody.